and welcome to this week's Tuesday review video. Sorry this lighting is totally washing me out. Sometimes there's only so much I can do. This week I'm going to be taking a look at the Maybelline FitMe foundation. Now this foundation is talked about a lot on YouTube. A lot of people seem to love it. Now this foundation actually comes in two different varieties. There's matte and poreless, and then there's hydrate and smooth. Matte and poreless is geared more towards normal to oily skin, and the one that I bought, hydrate and smooth, is geared more towards normal to dry skin. I do have pretty combination skin in the sense that my forehead gets really, really greasy, and then the rest of my face is really dry. So because the rest of my face is, there's more surface area of my face on the rest of my face than just my forehead, I usually tend to stick to things more geared towards dry skin to kind of handle that, and then I go back and do whatever I have to do to make my forehead fit, So that's why I decided to pick up the Hydrate and Smooth version. I have mine in the shade 120 Classic Ivory, which is inarguably a little bit too dark for me. I'm actually not wearing this foundation today. That's why I look so extra pale, because this is like my actual skin color on my face. I'm completely ghostly. But I have been wearing this foundation every day for the past few days, and that's where all of the demos and the pictures that I've inserted are coming from. And yeah, this foundation cost me $8.96 Canadian before taxes. I did buy it at Walmart, but I've seen it like everywhere drugstore makeup is sold. And if we take a look at the Maybelline website, it says, "Flawless lets the real you come through. Beyond matching. Fresh, perfective, natural skin. SPF 18. Why you'll love it, it's makeup that fits you. No oils, no waxes, no nonsense. Natural coverage that leaves the skin the way it was meant to be. Fresh, breathing, natural. Exclusive translucent base and lightweight pigments allow skin's natural highs and lows to show through. Non-comedogenic, dermatologist tested. For best results, apply smoothly and evenly to your face and blend out with your fingertips." Personally, I really like to apply this foundation with like a big blendy kabuki brush. I think I've been using one of the e.l.f. ones. It's either the blending brush or the flawless powder brush. They don't have the names on the handles anymore, so I never know which one's which. But that's what I like to stipple it on with and then blend it out. And then if I feel like it needs a little more blending, I'll go over it with one of my makeup sponges, but I don't really necessarily feel like it needs it. And I definitely do feel like this foundation manages to give me a very natural, nice coverage. It doesn't look full coverage, so if you have zits or whatever coming through that you want to hide, I don't think it'll hide it, but it definitely helps even everything out, and it helps to make your skin look so nice. If you are using this foundation and you have dry skin, you're going to love it. I find that on the dry areas of my face, it works so well. This is the only foundation that I wear that throughout the day, I don't ever feel dry. I keep a rose spray with me just in case my skin gets dry during the day, and I don't feel like I ever have to use it when I have this on. And the other positive to this is that I don't feel like I need to set it in those areas. Other foundations that keep me hydrated all day, like say the L'Oreal Lumi, I love that foundation, it's great, but I feel like I had to set it with powder because it never really dries down by itself. And then by setting it with powder, I always get a little bit of it's not as hydrating after because it's not as luminous, and then it's so with this, because I don't feel like I had to set it all over my face, it takes a while for it to dry down. I would say usually 20-ish minutes, but when it does dry down completely, I find that it's transfer proof. It wears really well. It stays like that all day, and I feel like it's set, it's good to go, and my skin isn't going to dry itself out. That being said, though, on my forehead, where my skin does tend to get a little bit oily, this doesn't ever really dry down. It kind of stays a little bit sticky, a little bit wet. I find that if I'm out in the wind and a piece of hair blows on my forehead, it sticks right to it. I gotta peel it off. It's a lot of fun. So I always make sure that I set my forehead, just my forehead, with some kind of mattifying powder, like say the Rimmel Stay Matte, because that is the only way that I can get that to set down. So just keep that in mind. If you do get a little bit oily, you're going to want to set it with something that mattifies. I find that setting it rather than using a mattifying primer works better with this foundation in particular. Ever since I bought this has been my go-to everyday grab-and-go foundation. It's replaced the L'Oreal Pro Glow as that because I love the L'Oreal Pro Glow, but I can't just grab it and go because I have to make sure I use it with this primer and this powder, and you know what I mean? There's so many things that I have to make sure go with it, whereas this is a little more versatile. It seems to work well with all of the rest of my products. The one qualm that I have with this foundation is this. What is this? Maybelline. You can afford to put a pump on this. I know you can. The Better Skin foundation has a pump. Most other foundations have a pump. Why is there no pump? Why is there no pump? Why do I have to precariously pour it out onto my hand? And this is a pretty watery foundation. It's not thick. It doesn't droop out. I pour it in. And if I goof up, I'm gonna have it everywhere. So like, why? Why couldn't you have just put a pump on this, please? And I know someone out there is gonna say, Abby, why don't you just put one of your own pumps on the foundation? That is not the point. I shouldn't have to. Why doesn't it come with a, this is a drugstore foundation. I expect you to come with a pump. The pump issue aside though, I really do like this foundation, and I think if you have dry skin, I can't speak to the matte and poreless one because I haven't tried that one yet. I really want to, but I haven't tried that one yet. I think if you have dry skin, you will really like this foundation. And yeah, anyway, that's all I have for this week's review video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I will see you next time. Bye!